Have you ever spent just 1 hour with someone and, by the time you got home, felt completely drained? Not because you argued, not because anything dramatic happened. Yet somehow, after they left, your mind became louder, your body felt heavier, and the peace you had before meeting them simply disappeared. If you've ever experienced this, you're not alone. But what if I told you that your exhaustion isn't always caused by work, stress, or lack of sleep? What if it's caused by the invisible energy you absorb from the people around you? Lao Tzu believed that everything in nature either flows in harmony or creates resistance. Some people naturally bring calm into our lives, while others unknowingly fill our minds with chaos. Today, we are going to explore why certain people leave you emotionally exhausted, why you continue allowing them into your life, and how ancient Taoist wisdom offers a path toward protecting your peace without becoming cold or uncaring. Stay with me until the end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you see relationships forever. Most people believe that exhaustion comes from physical labor. We blame our jobs, our responsibilities, or the endless tasks waiting for us each day. But emotional exhaustion is often far more powerful than physical fatigue. Imagine carrying a backpack that no one else can see. Every unnecessary argument, every negative conversation, every moment spent pretending to be someone you're not places another stone inside that backpack. At first, the weight seems insignificant. You hardly notice it. But over weeks, months, and even years, the load becomes unbearable. One day, you wake up wondering why life feels so difficult when nothing major has gone wrong. Lao Tzu observed that nature never forces itself. Rivers don't struggle to convince mountains to move, and trees don't compete with one another for attention. Everything simply follows its natural course. Human beings, however, constantly create resistance. We fight to be understood, struggle to impress others, and exhaust ourselves trying to control situations that were never ours to control. Every one of those invisible battles quietly steals a little more of our inner peace. One of the most difficult truths to accept is that not everyone wants peace. Some people have lived with chaos for so long that silence feels uncomfortable to them. Without even realizing it, they create conflict wherever they go. A simple conversation becomes an argument. A minor disagreement turns into a personal attack. Even moments of happiness somehow become opportunities for criticism or negativity. Their minds have become addicted to emotional storms because calmness forces them to confront feelings they have spent years avoiding. Lao Tzu warned that forcing life always creates imbalance. People who constantly create drama are rarely trying to hurt others intentionally. More often, they are trying to escape their own inner discomfort. Unfortunately, anyone standing close to them becomes part of that escape. Their emotional storms begin to spill into your life until you start carrying burdens that were never yours. Perhaps you recognize yourself as the helper. You're the person everyone calls when they're struggling. You're always willing to listen, always ready to offer advice, always putting other people's needs before your own. At first, this feels meaningful. Helping others gives your life purpose. But over time, something begins to change. You notice yourself feeling emotionally empty, even though you've spent so much time caring for everyone else. This is one of the greatest traps compassionate people fall into. Compassion without healthy boundaries slowly becomes self-neglect. Lao Tzu taught that wisdom is knowing when to act and when to step back. Not every problem belongs to you. Not every person truly wants to change. Some simply want someone else to carry their emotional weight for a while. If you become that person every single day, your own spirit begins to grow weaker, even while everyone around you appears stronger. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts before your mind understands what's happening? Sometimes, before a difficult conversation even begins, your shoulders tighten, your breathing becomes shallow, and an uneasy feeling appears in your stomach. You suddenly feel tired without any physical reason. Modern psychology tells us that our nervous system constantly reads emotional signals long before our conscious mind catches up. Lao Tzu understood this truth centuries ago, although he described it differently. He believed that harmony naturally creates ease, while resistance creates tension. Your body often recognizes unhealthy relationships before your thoughts are willing to admit the truth. Yet many of us ignore these signals because we fear hurting others, disappointing family members, or losing relationships we've held onto for years. We silence our instincts and convince ourselves that everything is fine, even when our bodies quietly beg us to walk away. This leads to a painful question. If certain relationships leave you feeling exhausted every single time, why do you continue returning to them? The answer isn't always simple. Sometimes we stay because the familiar feels safer than the unknown. Sometimes we believe people will eventually become the version we've imagined in our minds. Other times, we've confused being needed with being loved. Our ego whispers that if we just try a little harder, sacrifice a little more, or become a little more patient, everything will finally change. But Taoism offers a completely different perspective. Water never argues with the rock blocking its path. It simply flows around it. Wisdom isn't forcing people to become someone they are not. Wisdom is accepting who they already are and choosing the path that allows you to remain at peace. Many people spend their entire lives searching for peace in the wrong places. They believe peace exists on a quiet beach, in a mountain retreat, during a vacation, or after achieving success. Yet they return home and immediately reconnect with the same unhealthy relationships, the same emotional patterns, and the same exhausting conversations. Slowly, the peace they briefly experienced disappears once again. Lao Tzu reminds us that peace is not simply a place we visit. Peace is something we protect every single day through the choices we make. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's necessary. Just as a beautiful garden cannot flourish if weeds are allowed to grow without limits, your inner world cannot remain peaceful if you constantly invite emotional chaos into your life. One of the greatest misunderstandings about personal growth is the idea that creating distance means hatred. In reality, distance often has nothing to do with anger. Sometimes distance is simply an act of wisdom. It is respect for your own heart, respect for your healing, and respect for the future you're trying to build. Lao Tzu never encouraged unnecessary confrontation. He encouraged natural balance. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for both yourself and another person is quietly stepping away. Not out of revenge. Not to teach them a lesson. Not because you want them to suffer, but because peace cannot exist where constant conflict is welcomed. Walking away without bitterness is one of the strongest forms of inner strength. Perhaps the greatest teacher in Taoism is water itself. Water touches everything, yet clings to nothing. It nourishes life without asking for recognition. It adapts without losing its true nature. It flows around obstacles instead of exhausting itself trying to destroy them. Imagine what your life would look like if you became more like water. You could listen with compassion without carrying everyone else's pain. You could love people deeply without losing your own identity. You could offer kindness without sacrificing your emotional well-being. This isn't emotional coldness. It's emotional wisdom. It's learning to remain peaceful even when the world around you chooses chaos. Every thought you entertain, every conversation you repeat in your mind, and every relationship you continue nurturing plants a seed inside your consciousness. Some seeds grow into peace, gratitude, and joy. Others grow into anxiety, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. Whether you realize it or not, you are the gardener of your inner world. Ask yourself honestly, who brings peace into my life? Who constantly creates confusion? Who inspires me to become better? And who leaves me feeling emotionally empty after every interaction? These questions are uncomfortable because they often reveal truths we've spent years avoiding. Yet courage begins where denial ends. The moment you become honest about the energy surrounding your life is the moment real freedom begins. Lao Tzu once observed that nature never rushes, yet everything is accomplished. Perhaps your life doesn't require more effort. Perhaps it requires fewer unnecessary burdens. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to your time, your attention,